All right. I want my dear children, welcome you all to the Wisdom Educational Unit. So, my dear loving children, now you know in near future you are going to have your second term test, even in your school and even at Wisdom Educational Unit. So, we have to get ready, right? You all have to get ready. So, today we are going to do something special for you all. Putana, as you know, right from the beginning of our classes, we have informed that not only the syllabus that we do, but also we are doing paper discussions, revisions, Putala. So yeah, now teacher is going to discuss a past paper with you all. So then you can have an idea about the structure of the paper and then you can understand now it's the time to start to study, right? Because you have only few days for your coming exam, Putala. So today I have selected the paper from Northwestern Province, okay, in the year 2019 paper, grade 7, English medium, health science, second term test. So Putala, now we are going to discuss that paper so then you can have a basic idea about the structure. Keeping in mind for the second term test, not only the lessons that we have learned in the second term, Pute, but also the lessons that we have learned in the first term also coming. So keep it in mind, from the first lesson onwards, you have to study Putala. Don't wait until your exam comes. You have to start today itself. Then only you can have high marks this time. Keep in your mind, you're going to score good marks than the previous term, than the first term, Putala. Okay, so without taking time, let's discuss that past paper as a model paper for you, with you. Okay, so let me share the screen with you all. So now you can see this is the paper පුතේ. ඔන්න ඔයාලට දැන් පේන්න තියෙන්නේ මේ North Western province එකේ year 2019 වල කරපු second term paper එක health science වල in English medium. So you all know Mabala, when we have received a paper, the very first thing is you need to write your name and your class, like grade 7A, 7B, 7C, likewise. And after that, you have to read the instructions given there. First of all, you should have an idea about the paper, the structure of the paper. You know, Buddha, there are two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 paper consists with like underlining questions, right? Fill in the blanks, matching parts, and also there are statements and whether they are correct, you have to put a tick. If they are wrong, you have to put a cross mark. Likewise, there are small type questions in the part 1. Normally, there are 20 questions, 2 marks for each. That means altogether 40 marks. When it comes for part 2, Pataune, you have to have 60 marks. In the second paper, in the part 2, we are going to give 60 marks. So for that one, for that paper, actually you cannot write the answers in the paper itself. You have to have separate papers for that. Not A4 or half sheet, but the rule papers like CR full step papers. Okay. So likewise, while I'm explaining this paper, while I'm discussing the paper, I will tell you those important things again and again. Right, so without taking time, let's discuss the paper now. So part 1, let me take the red color pen. Right, so the first part is answer all questions. You need to write the answer for all questions in part 1. Underline the most suitable answer for the questions from 1 to 5. So the first 5 questions, you have to read them carefully and you have to select the most suitable answer. and then underline use in the ruler. Ruler ka use karannu oni. First question putte, let's see. A feature of a mental environment is. In the very first lesson, we have talked about how to promote health in the family. In there, you can remember there are three types of environment: physical environment, mental environment, social environment, and spiritual environment. So, safety and protection, enough space, and working as a team are the answers given there. Now, the problem is the feature of a mental environment. Let's have a look on these answers given there. Working as a team. You know, working as a team, unity, good interpersonal relationships, those features are of social environment. So we cannot take this answer. Enough space, tranquility, clean air, fresh air, clean water, healthy foods. Those are the features of physical environment. So even we cannot take the second answer. Safety and protection. Love, protection, relaxation. Those are the features of mental environment. So the answer is number one. So the answer is number one, Putala. Question number two. An activity that can be done for promoting health in the family. So you can see there are three answers. So we have to find out which activity can be used to promote health in your family. Look at the first one. Assigning household activities to mother. No, it's not a good thing. We have to separate. We have to divide the responsibilities with each other. Then only we can help our ammi, right? So that statement is wrong. Giving priority to the food that father likes. When Amma is preparing, is she only asking from your father what we are going to eat? No. She is asking from everyone. Why? Because she wants to know what are the foods that you like to have. So this is also wrong. Amma. Ek connect with the main focus karanna for everyone we are thinking about. Okay. Spending leisure time effectively, of course, that's the super activity. We can spend leisure time with our family members. So that's the correct answer. So the answer for the second one is number three. Question number three. A person who can love and protect you is. A person who can love and protect you is police officer, head prefect, driver of the school bus. Actually, Putta, police officer and driver of the school bus, they can protect you. They can love you too. But actually, they are giving services for us. But when it comes for head prefect Lamai, he is loving you and he or she is protecting you. So among these answers, the most suitable answer is head prefect other than these two people. මේ දෙන්නට වඩා head prefect තමයි ගොඩක්ම ගැලපෙන්නේ. Question number 4. Here, the instant mental condition which may cause changes in our mind or external body is known as. You know, the sudden mental change, right? The sudden mental state which cause any changes happen inside or outside. We call it as not education, not diseases, but an emotion. So there are pleasant emotions and unpleasant emotions. So the answer is number 3. Question number 5. A response that can be caused due to a bad emotion is, if you have something like if you experienced a bad emotion, how are you going to respond for that? That's what asking. Crying, of course, yes. Blaming, of course, yes. Yeah. So all of the above. All of the above are correct. So the answer is number 3 again. So the first set is over. Now let's say in the next 5 questions what we have to do. See Butala. You have to match now. Match the parts A and B for the question number 6 to 10. Part A and part B is there. So we have to find for the words given in A, what are the familiar or related words in column B? For an example, number 6, Porapolgasid. What do you think? Football, no. Netball, no. No volleyball. Adventurous games and games associated with religion. You know, Putta, we are doing Porapolgasima as a folk game. And yeah, it has a religious religious base. Okay, so the games associated with religion, the example is Porapolgasima. You can remember there are like dances, right? So after the traditional dances, then we are doing this Porapolgasima folk game. For what? For they are seeking for prosperity, especially in Sri Lanka, in special areas. They are conducting this Porapolgasima and they are wishing for have prosperity. Service. It's a skill of which game? Football, netball, volleyball. Of course, volleyball. There are 2 types of services. What are they? Underarm service and overarm service. So the answer is volleyball. Angampura. Again, no football, no netball. So the remaining answer is adventurous game. It's an adventurous folk game. Number 9, ball controlling. So of course you know Putta, ball controlling is a skill of football and shooting is a skill of netball. You know ball controlling other than that heading, footwork, dribbling, heading the ball, throwing, goalkeeping. Those are the skills of football. When it comes to netball, you can remember shooting, defending, attacking, right? Those are coming under netball skills. That's all, very easy. So easily you can have these marks for it. The next 5 question is about putting ticks and cross putting. Put a tick or a cross in the given bracket before the statements from the question number 11 to 15. Question number 11. Crook sitting is a posture of sitting. Of course, yes. Under the topic of correct postures, you can remember there are different various types of sitting. Crook sitting, sitting on a chair, sitting astride, kneeling, sitting on heels, like you can remember prostrating. So crook sitting is a posture of sitting. Walking is not used as an athletic event. Walking is not used an athletic event. Oh my God, that statement is wrong. It's used as an athletic event. Yeah, that's an athletic event. Where is walking? 13. Lying is a static posture. Is it correct, Putta? No, static means no movements, motionless. But you know, lying kivama batirinava. So, actually, by lying down, actually, we are not moving them. No, we do move, right? Here and there, we are going to move the position. So that's not a static. Static means motionless, but lying is not motionless posture. So that statement is wrong. Question number 14. There are three stages of jumping event: takeoff, flight, landing. So yes, there are three stages. This statement is correct. Different kinds of postures are used in throwing events. Yes, Nipute, you know javelin throw, discus throwing, shot put. We are not following the same technique, but we are using different postures. Right? So that statement is correct too. So in the part 1 now, we have completed 15 questions. We have 5 more only to complete part 1. The last set is about fill in the blanks question, Pute. Choose the most suitable answers for the questions from 16 to 20. When we are having this kind of question, first we have to see how many blanks given there. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blanks are there. But how many words given in the bracket, Pute? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means there's an extra word. So we have to be careful when we are selecting answers. Let's start from number 16 and I am going to type it on the screen. Right, so the first one. Blank is a macronutrient. You know that all macronutrients are the nutrients that our body requires in large quantities. So here kidney is not a nutrient, vitamin okay, artery no, alveoli no, protein okay, large intestine no. So vitamin and proteins are there. So among these, which one is the macronutrient? And in the next question is asking about micronutrient. Very easy. Protein is the macronutrient. Protein is a macronutrient, so we can cut it from one line. And the next one answer is vitamin is a micronutrient. Very easy. Question number 18. Blank of the excretory system filters urine. So that means definitely it should be an organ of excretory system. Kidney, artery, alveoli, and large intestine. You know, large intestine, alveoli, artery, they are not in excretory system, but kidney is. So kidneys, Putala, they filter blood to produce urine. So the answer is kidney. So you can cut that word too. 19. Blank absorbs the amount of water of the undigested food. Yeah, undigested food. Then Putala, what do you think? Which absorb the amount of water of the undigested food? Yes, large intestine. Putta, in the small intestine, the most digestion and absorption processes are happening. But absorbing water, a considerable part, and the salts absorption happening in the large intestine. So the answer is large intestine. So we can cut that one too. Blood is carried away from the heart by, you know, Putta, blood is carried by blood vessels. So there are two types of blood vessels, arteries and Veins. So here it's especially asking blood is carried away from the heart. Moving blood out of the heart. What do we call them? Artery. Because alveoli is not a part of uh, circulatory system, but it's a part of respiratory system. So the answer is artery putte by artery. So again, from the other parts of the body, the blood is carried from the other parts to the heart. We call them as veins. අපි අරගෙන එන ඒවාට කියනවා veins කියලා. So that's the end of the part 1, my dear children. So as I told you, 2 marks for each. There are 20 questions. So altogether you all are going to have 40 marks for the part 1. Part 1. Okay. So Babala, now it's the end of the part 1. Now we have to move into part 2 in the paper. As I told you, you are not supposed to write the answers in the given paper. You have to have separate rule paper to write the answers, Putala. And don't forget, you have to attach those written answer sheets into this paper and use a stapler for that. Stapler karanna aniwaryen amatak karanna epa. Okay? Part 2. Answer only 5 questions including the question number 1. That means Puta, question number 1 is compulsory. And other than this question number 1, you have to select 4 questions. Let's see how many questions are there. 7 questions are there. So the first question is compulsory. So you have only 6 questions. So among those 6 questions, you have to select only 4 questions. You can skip 2 questions. දෙකක් අතාරින්න පුළුවන්. හතරක් ලියන්න ඕනේ. පළවෙනි එකක් ලියන්න ඕනේ. So altogether 5 questions පුතේ. But now teacher is not going to I'm going to discuss full paper. I'm not going to skip any questions. මම එකක්වත් skip කරන්නේ නැහැ. අම්මලු full paper එකම discuss කරනවා. Okay, let's start from the first question, Pataune. And keep in mind, we are going to send the answer sheet of this paper as well. So here, for an example, teacher is having the answer sheet with me right now, and I'm going to show you one by one, time to time. Monisha, question number 1. This is compulsory, you cannot skip. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කරන්න ඕනේ. Malisha is a child of an extended family and she is being loved and protected well. She likes to engage in folk games as it's a way of keeping emotional balance. She has read an article on nutritious food and digestive system, and also her family has given the priority to traditional foods. So they work to promote health of their family. Number 1. Name 4 of the members that could be in Malaysia's family. You know, Puta, according to the number of family members, we can divide family into 2 categories, nuclear family and extended family. Nuclear family is the small unit. Mother, father and children only there. But when it comes for extended family, all the family members are living under one roof. Like mother, father, children, grandparents, uncle, aunties, their children, everyone living under one roof. So here name 4 of the members, so very easy. Now Malaysia is from extended family, so you can write grandfather, write grandmother, uncle, auntie. Likewise, you can write the answers Patauni. If you wrote, you're going to have 2 marks for that one. 2 marks. Problem number 2. Write bad effects of lacking love and protection. Do you like to not receiving love from your parents? Do you like if you are not receiving love and protection from your parents? No, we don't like. Because we need Ammi's and Tati's love, right? And their protection. But if we are lacking love and protection, Pute, what will happen to us? Children, your education will be disrupted. There will be fights with your Ammi and Tati, father and mother. And you will fight with your siblings, right? And also disunity, unhappiness in your family, and you will do something bad because no one is there to guide you, right? So likewise, Putala, bad effects of lacking love and protection, you need to write 2. Dekakli one automatically. So if you wrote 2, you can have 2 marks for that one. Asi Putte, dislike of school, disruption of education, getting addicted to bad habits, unhappiness and disunity in the family, conflicts among brothers and sisters, frustration, those results will be occur if we are lack of love and protection, Pute. So if you wrote 2 answers, then you can have 2 marks for that one. ලකුණු දෙකක් හම්බෙනවා දෙකක් ලියලා නම්. Number 3. Here, write 2 factors that may affect emotional balance. You know, Putala, based on the situation, experience, because of the others' behaviors, our emotional balance will be changed, right? If someone can understand the situation, if he is not getting angry quickly, then that means he can balance his emotions. But if you are like short tempered, like quickly getting angry and reacting, you are like having fights, that means you are unable to control your feelings. And when you are growing also, you are having experiences, then you are getting understand, like you will understand, Ayyo, why did I get angry? Now I can understand these things. So Putana, 2 factors that may affect emotional balance are situation, understanding, personality, behavior of others, and experience. So you can write only 2. If you wrote, you can have 2 marks for that one. Roman number 4. Name 2 good emotions. Now in the previous one also, part 1 also I told you, Putte, there are 2 types of emotions. Pleasant emotions and unpleasant emotions. Pleasant can be good, unpleasant can be bad. So good emotions, happy, gratitude, love, what else? Kindness. Those are the good emotions that are. So you have to write only 2. If you wrote 2, you can have 2 marks. Here, 2. Happiness, kindness, sympathy, empathy, okay? So the good things, good emotions. Question number 5. Write 2 folk games that Malaysia might have engaged. Then in the paragraph, there are no special folk games mentioned, but in the paragraph it says Malaysia would like to engage in folk games. So now you have to think What are the two folk games that Malaysia might have engaged in? So like Panchat, Damima, Olimakilia, Nerencia Dema, right? Hiding hands might be she has done. So you can write two. If you wrote two, you can have 2 marks for that one. Write two advantages of engaging in folk games. Now that's the question. What are the advantages that we will get by engaging in folk games? Lamai, definitely we can reduce our mental stress. We can have lots of friends, so that means we can have like cooperation. We can build our cooperation, unity. We can enjoy, and also by engaging in folk games, Lamai, it helps us to strengthen our feelings for our nation. අපේ ජාතිය ගැන ආදරය කැමැත්තක් වැඩි වෙනවා by doing folk games පුතේ. So if you wrote two, you can have 2 marks for that one. දෙකක් ලිව්වා නම් ලකුණු දෙකයි. Roman number 7. Name two traditional food items mentioned in the newspaper article. Let's see. Nutritious food and digestive system, traditional food. Now we have to write two traditional food items for them. What are they? Hapmaluwa. Yes, what else? What are the traditional food items? Mixed mellow, moong kiribat, porridge, roasted rice porridge, right? Sega porridge. So those are the traditional food items for them. So you can write two of them, then you're going to have 2 marks for that one. Two marks. Number 8. Write two ways that you can use to get nutritious food. Write two ways that you can use to get nutritious food. What can you do? The better thing, Puta, it's better to cook food at home. If you are choosing tins or packets, you have to be careful. You know, we have to look at the expiry date, production date, ingredients, especially flavors and colorings, right? Whether there are any dented or bloated things and damage, we have to look into them. So likewise, you can write two ways that you can use to get nutritious food. 2 marks. Roman number 9. Write two functions of the small intestine of the system mentioned in the passage. Write two functions of the small intestine of the system mentioned in the passage. You know, small intestine is the part of a digestive system. So what are the functions of small intestine? The first one is digestion and the other one is absorption. So most of the digestion and the absorption happens in the small intestine, Pute. So if you wrote those two words, absorption and digestion, then you can have 2 marks for that one. So Roman number 8, digesting food, absorbing nutrients. 2 marks for that one. Roman number 10, the last question in big question number 1. Write two good habits that can be taken to protect the above system. That means how to protect digestive system. You know, Putta, We have to drink water properly. We have to have healthy and a balanced diet. Okay, and also don't skip breakfast. You have to eat fiber-rich food items. So those are the good habits that you can do to protect your digestive system. So here, take meals at the correct time, priority given to the natural foods, take clean food and drink sterilized water, drink enough water, take food rich in fiber. So these are the things that you can do to protect your digestive system. So now, Putala, you can see there are 10 sub questions under big question number 1. 2 marks for each name. For the part 1, you are going to have 2 multiplied by 10, 20 marks for the first question. So never skip this. This is compulsory. Compulsory can anivare. Make him So very easily you can gain, you can have 20 marks. So now let's move into question number 2. Here, making the environment healthy, making policies of health and getting others help are very important in promoting health of a family. Question number 1. Write 2 physical features of the house. Lamai, can remember that. What are the features? Yes, tranquility. Can you remember those? There should be facilities of having clean water, healthy food, sanitary facilities, clean environment, sufficient space, and being free of the danger of accidents. So if we are having these things, definitely we can live peacefully. So you have write only 2 neither. Yeah, 2. Then please write this. If you didn't, you can write. Roman number 2. Write 4 policies that can be followed to keep health of the families. Write 4 policies that can be followed to keep health of the family. What can we do, Putana? You know, to keep our family healthy, you can have like something, you can create policies like this, something related to, you know, about salt intake, we have to limit it. We can use 3R concept to to manage waste, right? Likewise, you have to write 4 policies that you can establish in your house. So, for that one, you will get 4 marks for Tala. The third one is super easy. Name 4 institutes that may help in promoting health. You know the medical of like MOH office, hospital. What else? What else? Do you have any idea about that? Just think will live. Hitana balana mono dabitu daw karana ayatan. Just think will live. Yeah. Okay. Here, police and also MOH office, forest office, and the hospital. Of course, they give you services. They provide you services, Lama. So, keeping in mind, they are helping you to promote health by giving the proper services. So, if you can write 4 institute, then you can have 4 marks for that one. So that means for the question number 2, you're not going to have 10 marks. 10 marks. Question number 3. Answer the following questions using the diagrams given below. What is the activity depicted by the diagram made? Look carefully. You can see they are using their leg to kick the ball. Then, so yeah, it's a kicking the ball, but using which part of the body? Which part of the leg? Outside. That means instep of the foot. So you can write kicking the ball with the instep of the foot putte. So if you wrote this one, you can have 2 marks for that. Kicking with the instep of the foot. Kicking with the instep of the foot. Problem number 2. Here, the diagram B depicts an activity you learned at school. Describe it. You can remember do a runner, jump with, take off with one leg over the mark line, and landing with both the legs. That's it. You have to explain like that. Do a runner, take off with one leg, jump over the line, and land with both the legs. Here, landing on both feet after taking off over mark line by running forward. So simply you can explain it. 4 marks for that one. 4 marks. Roman number 3. Describe an activity that can be used to practice the skill depicted by the diagram at C. Let's see. What do you think? It's related to volleyball, and what is the skill? It's not receiving, but it's serving. Which serving? Underarm service patio. So now the question is, describe an activity that can be used to practice the skill depicted by the diagram C. Putala, to practice underarm service, you can remember there were so many practicals, so many activities. So teacher has put all the answers there, but you have to write only one. Ekai habai liyan. See, first get into 2 groups and stand 5 to 6 meters apart from each other. And practice the underarm service by serving the ball to the other team. Move to the back of your line when your chance is over. That means here, now, suppose there are students like this. Now they are in 2 teams. And the other team is in front of them. Okay, so here, the first student who is standing in front, he has to pass the ball to the other student who is in front using the what? Underarm service. Once he served the ball, he needs to go behind the line. He needs to go back of the line. Now he's having the ball. Now he can pass the ball to the next student. Now he's the one who's in front of him. Yeah, then he needs around. Now he needs to pass the ball to him using underarm technique, underarm service technique. After that, he can go here. ඊට පස්සේ යාට එන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මෙතනට. Okay? Okay. So then Kamala, so then here, this is the first activity. So the second activity, what about the second activity? Now this is little bit change. Now චුට්ටක් වෙනස්. The 2 teams stand about 4 to 5 meters away from the net. Now in the middle we have to have the volleyball net, and we are standing in either side, and again using the same way we are going to pass the ball, but here We are going to strike the net. We are going to hit the ball to the net. Ball එක ගහන කෙලින්ම net එකට වැදෙන්න. So that's the next activity. Another activity. Another one is there. Now we are going to try to pass the ball above the net to the other group using the correct underarm service technique. So super easy. You can write one of this. Miki kakliwana 4 marks hambena. You will receive 4 marks for that one. Now we have completed 3 questions in part 2. So yeah, we are going to start question number 4. It is very important to keep the day-to-day postures as sitting, walking, lying in the correct manner. Write 2 instances in which the posture of sitting is being used in our day-to-day life. 2 instances where we sit. Yeah, what are they? When we are studying, when we are relaxing, during religious program, right? We happen to sit better. So you have to write only 2. Say Pute, during studying, when relaxing, during religious activities, during functions, while exercising or taking part in games. So you have to write only 2. So if you wrote 2, you can have 2 marks for that. Okay, so Roman number 2. Here, write 4 ways of walking that you have learned in school. Can you remember? In the ground, teacher asks you to walk in different ways, like walking on toes, right? Walking on your balls, and walking on heels, and walking side to side, walking backwards, walking in a zigzag way, walking keeping short strides, walking keeping long strides. So lots of answers are there. So you have to write only 4 ways. If you wrote 4, you can have 4 marks for that one. Now, see, Putta. Walking on toes and ball of the feet, walking on heels, walking with short strides, walking with long strides, walking sideways, walking backwards, walking in a zigzag way, walking along a straight line, keeping the feet on either side, walking on a straight line, walking with equal strides. But you have to write only 4. If you wrote 4, you can have 4 marks. You can have 4 marks. Roman number 3. Roman number 3. Write 4 advantages of using correct posture of lying. Now this is about if we are lying down correctly, what are the advantages we are going to have? You know, Putana, it reduces discomfort and less energy expenditure because when we are lying, we are not doing anything, so the energy is not wasting, right? And also, Putala, you can sleep properly, you can rest properly. See the advantages of lying correctly. It minimizes discomfort to the body, avoid waste of energy, reduces damage to bones and other organs of the body, and we get physical and mental comfort by getting good sleep. So these are the advantages. So they are asking us to write only four. So if you wrote four better, you can have 4 marks for that. 4 marks. Okay. So Putta, that's the end of the question number 4. So now we are going to start question number 5. Say carefully. Creative activities can be used to practice the skills of running, jumping, and throwing. Roman number 1. Write 2 features that can be seen in correct running. 2 features of correct running. You know, Mabala, if we talk about the difference between walking and running, you know, walking, always one foot touches the ground. But when we run Patavni, there's a moment where the both feet are above the ground level. And when we run, our thighs are getting parallel to the ground. And we have to move our hands and we have to bend our hands like 90 degrees at the elbows. We have to move our hands forward and backwards. So likewise, you can write 2 answers for that one. When running, at one point both feet are above the level of ground, raising the thigh parallel to the ground, and swing the arms forward and backward. Parallel to the ground and swing the arms forward and backward. And also you can write bend the hands by 90 degrees at the elbows. Yeah, that's a feature of correct running. Because when we are walking, we are not bending our hands by at the elbow by 90 degrees, only a little bit, right? Roman number 2. Write 4 instances in which throwing is used in sports. You know, Putala, throwing is happening in different sports, right? Especially in athletics and even in the other games like organized games too, like netball, cricket, what else? And hammer throwing, javelin throw, discus throwing, shot put. So LA, of course, so in those games, we can see, we can experience throwing skill. So you have to write any four of them here: netball, cricket, LA, throwing the shot, javelin, discus. So you have to write only four names, Babala. Yeah, four instances. So you can write any of four, any of these. But you need to write four only, yeah? If you wrote, you can have 4 marks. Okay. So the last question in question number 5. Describe an activity that can be used for practicing jumping. And super easy this one. There are like 4 practicals puta. So you can describe one activity. Use like a picture, diagram. So after that you can explain that one. Now practicing jumping. Can you remember hopping? Hopping with one leg, jumping with both legs, taking off with one leg and landing with both legs, and jumping over objects. අර බිම තියෙන තියෙන objects වලින් පැන පැන යනවා. නැත්නම් නිකන් hop කර කර යනවා එක කකුලකින් one leg එකකින් and jumping with both legs, right? So you can write, you can explain any of this using pictures if you like. Okay? So if you have explained, you will get 4 marks for that one. Then මෙතන describe කියලා තියෙනකොට you are not supposed to write a sentence. You need to explain it, Putta. You have to describe it. At least you have to use 3, 4, 5 sentences. Not an essay, just like take like 4, 5 rules or more than that, that's okay. Minimum 4, 5 rules, huh? Okay. Now, question number 6. Let's move into the question number 6. You can say it's about a foot pyramid. Now you have learned that, right? Following is a diagram of the foot pyramid. Number 1. Name 2 food items that could be in the part A of the above diagram. You know, Putala, a food pyramid indicates how many, like the amount of servings that you have to take per day. දවසකට ගන්න ඕන servings ප්‍රමාණය තමයි food pyramid එකේ indicate කරන්නේ. So you can see there are 5 layers. So the top one, the layer A, it indicates the food contains oil and sugar, fat and sugar. So you can write 2 food items for that one. You can have 2 marks there. Like sugary and fatty foods like sweets, pork, beef. They are the examples, right? Sugary and fatty foods. Can have 2 marks for that one. Problem number 2. Name B, C, D, E of the above diagram. Now you know, Putta, the letter F is the food contains carbohydrates and fruits. D and E means vegetables and fruits. C means what? Meat, fish, eggs. D, milk and dairy products. So now you have to label them. C, B means milk and dairy products. C කියන්නේ meat, fish and eggs, the protein rich food items. D means vegetables, E means fruits. So if you wrote these 4, you can have 4 marks, Putala. 4 marks. Please write. If you have it, please write. Otherwise, you can put a tick. So once again, let me tell you, this is the past paper of Northwestern, the provincial paper in 2019, year 2019, right? For the grade 7 English medium health science, second term paper. So as a model paper, we are explaining, we are discussing this with you to give an idea, to show the structure of the paper. Now, let's move into Roman number 3. Name 4 diseases that could be caused as a result of not following the food pyramid when preparing daily meal. You know, Putala, there are nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, vitamins, and minerals. And we are classifying these nutrients into 2 categories of macronutrients and micronutrients. So if we are having lots of macronutrients than our body requires, then we are going to face the nutritional problems called overnutrition. If we are receiving less amount of macronutrients than our body requires, then we are going to face the nutritional problem called undernutrition. And even when we are lack in micronutrients, again it's a nutritional problem. So now here they are asking about 4 diseases that could be caused as a result of not following this food pyramid. What will happen? Obesity problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attacks, cancers. So those are the diseases that we are going to have if we are not following the food pyramid. So my dear loving children, here overnutrition, diabetes, malnutrition problems, high blood pressure, cancer, and even you can write heart attacks, right? High cholesterol level. So those are the diseases caused if we are not following food pyramid properly. So for that one also you are going to have 4 marks. So altogether 10 marks for the question number 6. Okay, so the final question of the paper. Okay, the last question Pataune. See number 7. The following system helps to transport oxygen from the atmosphere into blood and release carbon dioxide from blood into the atmosphere. So you can see the diagram also there. Number 1. What is the system depicted by the above diagram? You can see, what is it put there? This is respiratory system. Even from this paragraph in this sentence also you can understand definitely this is about respiration. So this is respiratory system. If you wrote this one, you can have 2 marks. Respiratory system. Respiratory system. Roman number 2. Name the parts of A, B, C, D, and E. Let's see. Putala, there's a small mistake. You couldn't find the letter E here. Only A, B, C, D is there. So we can cut this E here. Okay. A. What is A? What is A? That is trachea. And B. Those are lungs. A lung. And C. That's an alveoli. And D. That's nose, or if you wrote nasal cavity, that one also correct. Here put A trachea, B lung, C alveoli, D nose or nasal cavity. So you can write those 4. So you will get 4 marks for that one. Super easy, right? So don't forget to study the systems in your body as well. Huh? In your coming exam, definitely there will be like the same question like this. The last luckiest question, because this is the end of the paper, the last one is write 4 favorable habits that can be taken to keep that system healthily. To keep the respiratory system healthily, what can we do? We have to stop smoking. If there are smokers near us, it's better to move away from them. And also, if you are suffering from any like wheezing issues, asthma, and pneumonia, keep it in mind you have to refrain from the place where you will get them. Especially wheezing and അതിന്റെ ടൈമുകളിലേക്കാണ് ധൂവിലി ഡസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ടൈമുകളിട്ട് കണ്ടേപ്പാ. If you happen to go, then put a face mask. And the other thing, Putala, you have to keep in your mind this system is very, very important because this is not done like respiration. It helps us to respire, of course, yes, but also it connects to our blood circulatory system as well. So see here, preventing from smoking, you can engaging in exercises, being away from those who are suffering from respiratory diseases, wearing mask where necessary, avoid using objects to clean your nose. When you feel like sneezing, you have to cover your nose. Then others will not get any disease that you have. Sometimes when you are suffering from flu, when you are having fever, when you are sneezing, the one who is near you, definitely he will get that disease too, that illness too. So keep it in mind, Putala. These are the things that we have to think of when we need to maintain our respiratory system healthily. So how many answers? 4. If you can write 4 Buddha, then you will get 4 marks for that one. Okay, so my dear children, so this is the end of the paper Putala. So keeping in mind, now I think you can understand the structure of the paper Patao. So keeping in mind, this time, okay, not only the lessons that we have learned in the second term, but also the lessons that we have learned in the first term also coming for your second term test. So keeping in mind, this time you have so many lessons to study, okay? So keeping in mind, don't wait until your exam comes. Start from today itself. If you want, you can make short notes. All right. If you like, you can make short notes. And the other thing, Pataudi, if you study, then you can have good marks this time than the first time. But if you are not studying, keeping in mind, the paper will be difficult for you all. All right. So then, Putana, I'm gonna stop the session right now. Keeping in mind, study well, then you can have good marks. So all the very best, my dear children. Okay, good luck for your upcoming test. And keep it in mind, you have to memorize all the lessons that you have learned. And yeah, good luck, all the very best. This time let's score more than 90. Okay, so then I'm going to stop the class, darling. Ayubowan, everyone.